Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. We're very excited to bring you guys this one as we're going to be talking straight into South Dakota hockey. Talk about a little bit of NHL, but we're going to probably stick with South Dakota hockey for most part. As the NHL is nothing crazy is up. Trade deadline is going to be this Friday, March 6th. So we're excited to look at that. Yep. I've heard my Kings going after some that are very questionable. I know the Wild are in the talks of big trades, and I honestly, almost everybody. On sounds like the Blues is just for sale.
Blues, Vancouver.
Yeah. So we'll get into that here in a short bit, but right away, let's get into South Dakota hockey. This week, we're going to talk about boys JV and girls varsity, since they have state coming up this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we're excited about that. Make sure you guys follow us over on Instagram, as we will do our stories when the games get done. We'll have score of the game. We'll have who scored those goals as well and what round. So make sure you follow us over there to look at those highlights. Also, yeah, but let's jump into JV, boys varsity here, as Brookings has the best odds with two teams in it.
Yeah, you're kidding.
To win it. So
Imagine they have to face each other.
that would kind of be fun. You know, funny. Yeah,
Have you ever seen them?
who would be louder?
They have like the Sioux Falls team.
Probably. I would say no. This year could be a well. Well,
That'll be hard.
Sioux Falls actually has two teams here too. Sioux Falls probably has a better outlook than Brookings.
Yeah.
That's
Based off rankings.
But I don't. I think going back, had they ever done it? Probably not, because
in the past,
for us, it was always you had one good one and then one bad one, and then I think after our year, they decided, okay, you have to split up.
They were allowed to, or change within their organization. I don't know if Ringside could give us that when we talked to them. I don't know if they know about that. Yeah, right. We played. Yeah, like it wasn't. I don't know if they. I don't think were they called East and West. Was it just Sioux Falls 1, Sioux Falls 2? Yeah, and so it was. Yeah, if you made the one team, that was pretty much like I'm not nothing against us. Like that was like their varsity team, but the second team, and something like they couldn't.
Yeah, they were good.
Yeah,
but you knew you could.
Like you know they were beatable.
Yeah. Oh, both were beatable. But anyways, but
not what mattered is.
But like, still can like Fisher, how body was.
Oh yeah.
Just.
Oh, he leveled me. Freshman year.
Braxton level.
I don't even. The crazy thing is, I don't.
Really, literally, we beat Brookings and then Sioux Falls.
Yeah. I think it's because they might have got.
That's crazy. Because you literally gave me a hug when I scored against Falls.
Yeah,
I have a picture
the one
of
in the corner.
Yeah,
that was then, huh? Okay.
I don't remember how I scored, but I remember that was that game.
Yeah, I just remember that picture. Yeah, I didn't realize that was against it.
But yeah, so looking at JV, right? So we're gonna have Brookings 1 versus Brandon Valley, and then Brookings 2 versus Sioux Falls East, Rapid versus Yankton, and then Huron and Sioux Falls West. So honestly, like, I'm sorry to be mean, I guess, a little bit, but like Brandon Valley, you know, they're the only team that doesn't have a double digit, which surprisingly pretty impressive. You know, you take 2 games away from everybody, you know, because boys varsity played 22 games. So if you did do 22 games, it's still the same thing, you know. So pretty impressive. Again, Brandon Valley did have 2 overtime losses and 2 overtime wins. So I guess if you put those into the win column, I guess they do have double digits. You know, if you want to put it that way. So then I don't need to put shade to them. So, but so yeah, it's going to be interesting. Again, the one that surprises me the most is Huron. To see them up at 4 is awesome. I love to see that.
It's great for the future.
Yep, I think that's great. I know they did really well last year. Did they get consolation, I think, last year, if I'm correct. They brought home a trophy. So yeah, be exciting to see what happens there. but yeah, Sioux Falls and Brookings, I'll tell you right now, you guys got to at least bring home some hardware.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
You each got 2 teams there.
I could see probably like a Sioux Falls, 2 Sioux Falls teams or 2 Brookings at like the third place game. I could see that happening.
Yep.
But yeah, I think this JV one is going to be very close. It's going to be fun to watch, and it's going to show us kind of what next year is going to.
Yeah.
Because
probably have to see some guys who up.
Oh yeah, some will move up, and some will, are already at varsity, of course. But yeah, like I don't know, like the big team, like here, right? You see, like Rapid, they've lost altogether. Well, I guess 6, tied 1, or sorry, lost 5, tied 1. And so I'm just kind of thinking, I understand. I've talked to Wyatt. They have majority of their team is actually going to be there, like especially their kind of their topper guys. They'll still be there, but to add more, again, I just think it's going to be different. I think this year for JV is going to be a good picture of what varsity. I don't see a big jump in varsity like they do in Rapid. We'll talk about that next week, but for JV, I'm excited to watch, see what it's going to bring for next year, and like how more competitive, or state or just the league play is going to.
Yeah, because I mean, they like this year, Sioux Center, they got their first and their second win, varsity.
Yeah.
But then if you look like on their JV side, well, they got 7 wins. They're younger guy again, they're getting better.
Yeah.
Go on, so it's struggling,
Yeah.
So guys are picking up.
Yeah. So when I talked to Wyatt, he was talking about how Sioux Center, they do great at JV because the majority of their guys are playing JV, and they might only have like a line varsity, or a line that comes and plays.
Yep.
And that's the same thing with Huron. Huron's that same way.
Yeah, because when we filmed, was it the
Huron game?
Well, the Mitchell game, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mitchell game when they had a shorter bench, and we, after the game, I got news word of their top point guy,
Morrison.
He was hurt, so he wasn't playing or wasn't there.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I'm not saying that nothing.
Yeah.
So, but still, like, they had a short bench, and then Huron, same thing. Huron, I feel like, has always had a short bench.
Yeah.
More so less than other teams. Times they've had this, but their stamina has been. Yeah. We played them like they were third period come around, like our legs would be getting tired, but they were still moving. Yep. Huron's always been good for. They've had to deal with being short.
Yeah. So, I know with Huron, at number 10, I think he was their smaller guy. Loved it. He was fast, quick.
Yeah, had a shot too.
Yeah, and he was going hard. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to see what's gonna happen next year, especially with, like I said, Sioux Center and Huron up in varsity. And you talk about Yankton losing almost every single player up at varsity. So to see kind of where they got a 14-10 season with 1 overtime win. So a lot of those guys, they're gonna jump right up into varsity. Like a lot of these guys, Yankton might not be as good because they got all these new guys that have not played any varsity minutes. So it'll be interesting to see Yankton, of course, next year. And so, but honestly, almost everybody, Brandon Valley's still a younger team. They're still coming up.
Yep.
Aberdeen's getting on the younger side. They don't lose too many guys, but things like that. Same with like Watertown. Mitchell might be struggling for a bit. They're not going to have a goal scorer like they've always had.
Especially not like Denny.
Yeah, or Spencer, or like I remember Spencer Lawrence. I know Rapid City came out with like all-time leaders in points, and I saw Spencer Lawrence name twice back to back, and I was like, that guy was good.
Yeah, and I'd played against him.
Yeah,
you have no idea how.
So yeah, it'll be very interesting. But yes, could be some upsets. I think Sioux Falls West could pull up upset on Huron right off the bat. I think the Rangers maybe could pull up. Rangers 2 could pull up an upset on East. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see what happens here.
Where is this JV state?
Sure. I have no idea where JV State's at. It would be on the South Dakota amateur hockey. Go to like turn tab, click on.
Here we are. Oh, really?
Don't go to
Oh,
game sheets.
you sure?
Yeah.
What shows what we're at? Like girls varsity's in Mitchell.
Oh, they already have those up.
Yeah, they have
Okay.
girls varsity's times.
So girls varsity.
March 5th, at noon. Kick it off. That's Thursday. Yeah, because Fridays.
So girls are doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Boys JV must Friday, Saturday. Should be there. They're in
Right there, Watertown. So yeah, it'd be March 6th, 2 p.m. Brookings Rangers 2 versus Falls Flyers East, 2 p.m.
Okay. So yeah, it'll be a fun weekend of that.
Or wait, no, sorry, that was my bad. I scrolled too far. Yankton and Rushmore kick it off 11:30 a.m. Sooner. That'll be a good first match.
Yeah, I think honestly JV is going to be really fun to watch. You know that 1 and 8 seed won't be too bad as well either. It
could be competitive.
Yeah, it could be pretty competitive. Again, Brandon Valley actually only lost to Brookings Rangers 2-1 their first matchup, and 3-1, and then 5-2. So you can kind of see that Brookings maybe been getting a little bit better, but so we could have an upset right off the bat. You know, you never know. Even Brandon Valley beat Sioux Falls West 6-5 towards the end. Aberdeen 5-4. So, you know, these kids that might be playing varsity hockey that are going down to play JV now for a little bit, especially Brandon Valley. Brandon Valley might want to stack a little bit, which always happens.
Yep.
They really don't have to freeze anybody because they're not making it to varsity state.
Yeah,
they probably do still, but they can be pretty lenient on that type of stuff.
Yeah,
so
I think that
it'll be interesting on what happens there. Huron might just bring everybody down too. So see what happens there. Again, very exciting. We'll start Friday, but yeah, Thursday, the girls varsity. Let's jump into that. They have 8 teams, so all of them will make it there. So Sioux Falls will play Sioux Center, Brookings, Rapid City, here, Mitchell, Watertown, and Aberdeen. So this is it's kind of crazy because 1 through 3 are all double digits, while 4 through 8 are all single digits. So, and the thing that really surprised me, Sioux Falls, they lost one time against Rangers, but then like the Rangers towards the end now lose to Pierre 8-1. So like now Pierre girls are on a tear. So like their confidence is up. But yeah, it's gonna be
because looking off
crazy.
Like you were looking before, at the, looking at just the scores. I'm saying, based off scores wise, how close it was for the Rangers.
Yeah.
Saying like a lot of them are only 1 to 2 goal games. Have that big outlandish loss to 1, and then like when they did lose, it was by a few goals.
Yeah.
But when they were winning, it was not
like
they weren't
2
blowing teams out. They were close games.
Yeah.
And so now when it comes to state, that just makes you wonder. It's like, well, if there's a team in that top 3 for an underdog that has a possibility of eliminating one of the first round, well, Brookings won.
Yeah.
Just based off of how close they've been able to keep it with the less competitive team.
Yeah. So right off the bat, Brookings 7-0, 7-1, 4-0, 5-0. First 4 games.
Yep.
Then they lose 3-0, and then it was just close ever since. 5-1, 3-1, 5-3, 4-2, 4-0, 4-2. So it's nothing like they
barely getting through.
Yeah. So
and some of those could have been actually a 1-goal game, and
it mattered. Yeah, exactly.
You can tell.
Yeah. And so, but then when you look at Sioux Falls, there's some big gaps there. But again, there's some close games as well. Like when they played Rapid here, they played Rapid back to back. They win 9-1, but then win only 4-2. They beat Aberdeen 4-2. Okay, we can assume these 2-goal games were just a 1 goal and an empty netter.
Yeah.
Again, Here 4-2 they win. Mitchell 3-0 win. Then they go off and beat Sioux Center 10-1. And then Watertown 8-0, 6-0, 8-0. So towards the end here, they're now like towards the end, it's nuts. You know, from the February 8th, 10-1, 8-0, 6-0, 8-0, 7-0, 8-0.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
So they're run timing all these teams now towards the end. But the question is, can all three of these teams here, Sioux Falls and Brookings, keep doing that? You know,
I don't think
because
Sioux Falls have a problem based off how they've been doing all season. But yeah, Pierre and Brookings, I think, want to come in full force.
Yeah, you know, because so here, right? Pierre's last couple games, let's go from January 31st, 8-2 against Sioux Center, 7-2. Then they lose to Aberdeen 3-2, lose to Sioux Falls 6-0. Then they destroy Brookings 8-1, and then they go on to lose to Aberdeen 1-0. So
Kryptonite, Aberdeen. Kryptonite.
Exactly. So where those three, can they come in? It seems like the first game they can win, but then the second game, it kind of gets,
which is going to be the harder game.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, look at Aberdeen, right? Aberdeen knows these girls on the team. They know what it takes. Chloe, the goaltender, knows what it takes to win a state championship. So does Aberdeen upset Watertown, and do they sneak in to state championship because one of these top three teams are gonna slap?
Have to if they can get past Watertown, which they struggled against this season.
Yeah, they lost 3-2 against Watertown, 1-3-1, and 1-4-3. So very close games. But yeah, they need
if they can get over that, and then it depends on who they play for that set. But who knows? Like you're saying, like Oahe could upset, or Mitchell could upset Oahe, and it could be depending on who goes into that second round.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, it will be. If Aberdeen can just focus on the one game, of course, of Watertown, and know that now they're gonna place good.
Channel that Taft,
Yeah,
Abby Taft, energy.
Yeah, those
channel
guys.
channel that energy.
Haley Gould, the
Gould sisters, the Holland sisters.
Holland sisters.
Yep.
Yeah,
channel
get all
that
them.
Energy.
They would. Yeah. I think my biggest thing with Aberdeen is they're not able to score as many goals as they used to. Trying to find right there. So goals for only 35 this year. That's actually the lowest out of any team.
All of them. Yeah. Holy cow.
And so it's just, and again, goal differential is 30. But yeah, like 35 goals just isn't going to be enough. So hopefully and again, when we watched them, they had like a lot of offensive zone time.
I think they're a young team.
Yeah, but like they had so much offensive zone time that they should be able to just shoot that puck. And again, it's crazy. They got the lowest amount of goals for, but they got the third best that's PK. Their power play is about fifth best, I guess. But again, PKs, that's good to have their PK being top three, but
they are the lowest penalty by a lot.
Well, that's good.
Well, I mean, Sioux Falls, I guess, is actually lower with 60, but other than that, the next closest would be 96 compared to Aberdeen's 76.
Yeah.
So they don't get penalized a lot, which is good for once. Aberdeen's not leading the league penalty minutes.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that 4 and 5 game is going to be the fun one, because even like I know we give credit to Aberdeen right now, but like Watertown can be the same way. If they can get they beat
totally upset
Aberdeen and could easily upset 1, 2, or 3. That's what I think. That's going to be the biggest thing. Is I feel like there's gonna be an upset, and it's gonna be either Watertown or Aberdeen to do it.
Yeah.
I love Mitchell too, but when it comes to their line of speedy girls, I can't remember the line. Well, probably find it honestly because they're that quick. That's here. So I'm assuming, yeah, 18, 21, 14. I'm not even going to try. But again, yeah, that's going to be them because they're 35 points, 33, 26 points right there. So 18, Taylor has 22. I'm sorry, I can't say the other two. But anyways, there would be another surprise like team for me that
Libya and
beats,
McKenna.
because just think they could easily, I don't want to say easily beat Pierre, but they could beat Pierre. They lost to them 2-1. They've lost 4-7. Where's the last one? And they lost 3-0. So close. 2 out of the 3 were close. Again, 4-7. There's just a lot of scoring back and forth. Pierre was able to take over. But again, I think there's going to be more. I think there's going to be an upset. We could see an upset, I think, right away the first round. But in that second round, I can see have some upsets. Just by if the girls can't go from, having a good first day and just like getting out of their heads, like, okay, it's a new day. We have to like play like it's the first game of the season type of thing or last whatever. But
the women won the gold. USA women's won gold. Watch that video of Heller or Keller, sorry, Keller dangling Canadian lady. I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
And it don't matter. But dangling her and then scoring the goal. Just keep watching that video. Just put it up in the locker room before your girls go out. After warm ups, we're gonna go step on the ice for your laps. Put that video out of her scoring that goal and everything, and the crowd going wild. Everybody, and go out there and kill it.
Yeah,
I'll be watching this week.
Yeah, if that's I didn't know it started Thursday, so I'll definitely be on there.
Will we get another 6 overtime game?
I don't know.
Last year at state?
I don't know. Yeah, Sioux Falls and Brookings did that one, didn't they? So, and then boys varsity started their first game with overtime. I know, Capital City Rock will be doing the girls varsity, and they were like, man, we did 6 or whatever, 5, 6 overtimes, and then boys varsity first game was Aberdeen and Sioux Falls, and that went into 2 overtimes, and so. I mean, they're like, man, we ended with them, and then we just start with them. I'm like, yeah, it was crazy. So, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't mind seeing some overtime games. I think we will see some overtime games. I think these girls want to play more of a defensive game, so it'll be interesting.
I don't think we'll see many blowouts like we did in the regular
the only blowout I can maybe see is Sioux Falls and Brookings if they come hard. Yeah. I honestly don't even see Brookings. Again, Brookings beat Rapid like 7-6-0, in their first at it, but towards the end, after that, it wasn't that big blowout. So I don't know. If honestly, if I had to pick out of those 3 teams, Sioux Falls, Brookings, and Pierre, who's going to lose the first game? Hey, I would have to say Brookings, just by just not looking great. Even I guess Pierre would have. Here too, they're just on a big losing streak too, towards the end of the year here. They're 1, 2, 3, 4. Their last 4, they're 1-3, but their one win is a huge blowout against Brookings. So I don't know.
It's great because that Mitchell and Oahe game's first. It's the first game.
Yeah.
At noon. That's a great game to kick off the state, and then following that right after is Brookings.
Yep, and then it must be, is it Watertown and Lakers then after that?
Yep, Aberdeen Watertown. You're right, Watertown Lakers.
Well, yeah, I was. But
and then the ending game will be the Flyers, and the following day we'll kick off with the boys. Well, to be determined for the girls to see matchups.
Yeah, I'm. If I would say the winner, if I had to pick for girls varsity, man, I really don't know. honestly.
You want to say it.
Well, I'm gonna say Sioux Falls, but I feel like
Sioux Pete.
all like Aberdeen, like
The biased opinion.
but like I think Aberdeen or Aberdeen or Watertown could make it all the way there too, just by looking at the records of and the games played by both Brookings and Pierre. Just it just takes one game. That's what's crazy.
The Brookings girls are gonna watch this and they're gonna win state.
That's okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Good.
So
I hope.
I'm gonna pick them.
I hope they.
I'm gonna pick them.
That's
my pick.
Fine with that.
And then if they do a potential upset in the first round, they can't blame me.
Yeah.
I know I've been bad luck lately. Probably not good.
Yeah. How about TV boys? Like
I don't know. That one's hard.
I kind of want to just honestly, I kind of want to say Rapid. I don't know why.
Of course you do.
What is that supposed to mean?
Of course you do. It's because TJ, your cousin. No, it's just not. You have family there, and it
No, I don't.
I know.
But... What? What? I don't know what that came out of.
No, I don't. For me personally, for JV, who I want to see it win it is Huron.
I would like to see that. I don't know if they can pull that off.
That would just be my without.
If I had an upset team, yeah.
No, it's not even that. Just regardless of stats, standings, whatever, how they played, whatever. Just I would want to see. That's a team that I would like to see win it. Because everything they haven't had much success. I guess for a few years that I haven't paid attention to. Last year, obviously, we paid attention. Or between that couple years, I don't know how they did, but I would just like to see Huron. Not to win it, not consolation, but to win it.
I know that's
make sure.
The reason why I picked Rapid is
got enough hardware.
So does Brookings, and so does Sioux Falls.
I know. That's why I said Huron. You got to pick Yankton.
Jeez.
Sorry, Wyatt. I'm just saying you guys have a lot of hardware.
Well, he's varsity. No, but I think with Rapid, we think they're the top dog. Mm-hmm. But I think in JV, I feel like
they got a chip on their shoulder.
I think maybe a little bit, but I don't know. I think because if you think about it, you're looking at a sleeper team, I think that would be don't sleep on these guys, because I think Rapid could easily take off and go.
Not as dominant.
Well, yeah, and still, honestly, look at their goal differential is 64, and then Sioux Falls East is 70. Even Brookings 1 is only 56. So, but goals for Rapid still has the most goals at 119. Then Sioux Falls East at 115. Brookings only got 97.
There's only 3 teams: Huron, Brookings, Sioux Falls. Huron
have 100. So, I don't know. Brookings, I'm assuming Brookings, we don't watch a lot of the games, right, for that JV, but I'm assuming Brookings play a solid defensive game, and that's the reason why. That's going to be my guess.
They've always had good structure.
Yeah, so if they stick with that, then yeah, I think maybe they got a good chance. But yeah, here's Brookings 1, right? They play Rapid. I think they played it 3 times or just twice. So they just played them twice. So again, this is the first time Brookings played Rapid right away in the beginning of the season. This would be fun to watch. Wouldn't this be the second, if Brookings and Rapid win, that they would face each other, right?
In the second round?
Oh no, it'd be 1 and 4, and then 2 and 3. They would meet at the championship. But either way, Brookings won, or the Rangers won against Rapid their first week, tied 3-3, and then Brookings then won 4-2, right? So
would a tie for you?
Yeah, but again, and that was that was the only tie.
Yep.
But then let's see, Sioux Falls East, right? Let's see, East. They would then play East 3-2 Brookings. So many flyer things. East. Then they lose to Sioux Falls 3-0. Let's see. They lose to Brookings 2. They lose to Sioux Falls West. But see, like Huron, now they beat Huron 7-1, right? They played Huron before and they won just 2-1. So they then go down. They lose to Yankton 6-7. Win Watertown 4-0. Yankton 5-3. They beat Brandon Valley. They beat 5-2. Pierre they win 6-2. Sioux Center 7-0. And then beat Brookings again 5-1. So they're on a hot streak right now. They're finally in their game. But again, it's like I feel like a lot of these teams, it's going to matter of what the second game's going to bring. Because I feel like, oh, yep, we won one, baby, we're good, this and that. I feel like Rapid's going to be the team to be like, yeah, we won one, but there's still more to go.
Yeah, that Kobe mentality.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to be Rapid. I think other teams, especially, like, that's the same with the girls. I think there's not a girls team, like maybe Sioux Falls would be the girls team where it's like, yep, we won one, but there's, we got to keep going. But I still think that all of these teams could upset anybody for the girls varsity because it just takes one game. And I think, like, especially with Aberdeen, I think Chloe, that's why I go with Chloe, because in Aberdeen for upset, because it's their last year, right? It's their last year now. We got 2 games for sure, 3 games left, and I think it's just, yeah, she's just like, it's gonna take it over. I feel like that's just what it's gonna be.
Well, she can't score, but she can for sure block the shot.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. That's why I go with Rapid for boys JV. But again, like Huron, they win that first game against Sioux Falls West. That will be very, very fun to watch. Again, yeah, Huron, talking about them, they beat Sioux Falls East 2-1. They lost to Sioux Falls West 4-3. Beat Sioux Falls East again 3-2. And then they finish off with West at 4-1. So Huron's almost like wishing they played East instead of playing West. But I think if they can beat East, they can definitely beat 100%.
Yeah, just before the West played here on Friday, they lost to Brandon Valley 6-5.
Yeah.
So, sure, Sioux Falls West was pretty bad. They wanted to go out there and do good hockey.
Yeah. So, man, it'll be interesting.
It'd be good.
Okay. Exactly. So we'll talk a little bit about NHL before we get into that, though. We do want to say we will be bringing out a special episode next week with talking about South Dakota hockey state varsity. We'll kind of do a recap of the JV and girls varsity. But we're going to have a special guest from Rinkside 605, Finn, Trey. We're going to have those guys on. And we're excited. We're excited to bring their content. Make sure you guys follow them on Instagram as well.
I'm sure they'll have a lot more insight too.
Yeah, they've been their edits are credible. They got some good content over there as well.
Power
rankings that we do sponsor, which we would love to do. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I think those guys are excited. We wanted would do that. We want to do more of that, of course.
Get to see them face to face.
Yeah. So yeah, exciting things. We were gonna have them on tonight, but just didn't work out. They had to do some Augie practice. So
yeah, I know that. Yeah, and their college team is how
club?
Not the club, but the
the
D1.
actual D1. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize like it's their first year, isn't it? For D1?
Second
Or is
year.
it their second year? And
But they were dominant last year too.
Were they? I'm just surprised. How can you start out? I mean, maybe that's just college hockey now. I guess.
They picked up
they just
good
scouted
guys
really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, they're top 25 ranked. They're like top 10 ranked.
Yeah.
I think we're almost one. Yeah, killing it over there in Uggie. So I know they're on. I mean, that's still playing the club team's probably pretty awesome.
Yeah, playing hockey, man.
Play it, so that's pretty awesome.
So yeah, we'll have those guys on next week. We're super excited about that. And we'll take our week off, come back, and hopefully we can get Carter on one more time right before their playoffs take off.
Grind. A grind for the
Gonna be a grind for these guys to go back to back. You know, it kind of sucks that they lose their best player going to BU, but hey, when they call, you gotta go. So
gotta fight through it, the adversity.
Yeah,
nothing different that the future is gonna.
Yeah, and I saw something. I think UND, where Carter will play next year, they're ranked number 1. I'm not sure if it's divisional wise or all of college. I'm pretty sure it's, but either way, number 1. They're going to go to the final, the Frozen Four, and yeah, that's going to be fun to watch that for sure. So yeah,
see him play next year up in UND. All talk.
We'll have to see Huggy, but
probably won that game. Sold out.
So
they play at where the Stampede play, or they have their own.
They have their own rink. So, and in the NHL, we got some crazy buzz of hockey as NHL trade deadline is going to be this Friday, the 6th at 3 p.m. It's going to, Eastern is going to be done. Things right now that have happened. LA fired their coach finally. DJ Smith.
Don't get too far into this.
Why?
I have a question about.
We'll get back to it. I'm just going what's out there right now. So
was he the assistant coach?
DJ Smith, yes, he was the head coach of Ottawa Senators for like 5 years before that. So, and then Matt Green, who played defenseman for the LA Kings, was the assistant coach now, which honestly look for him to maybe get his head coaching job after this season, because Matt Green is a good voice to have in the locker room right now.
There's trade right now. Michael McCarron was just dealt to the Wild for a 2nd-round pick. Predators.
No, wow, yeah, literally. Okay.
That's what I just because I saw the NHL discussion post. I saw that.
Come up literally like, 42 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, Michael McCarron, goes to the Wild.
Little
depth there. So that just happened. But don't think Wild are done yet.
They're not done.
They're not done.
Not done. Looking for a top 6.
The Oilers though get a good defenseman, Connor Murphy, from the Chicago Blackhawks. Murphy's been in the league for some time now. Pretty much has been a very calm, collected guy waiting his turn. And this is his turn now for a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I think he's playing. I think he's averaging like 15 time. So I think he's going to probably be playing a bigger.
Yeah. Another thing the Wilds did, they claimed Robbie Fabry.
Yeah,
Fabry off of St. Louis, which is a steal. He's a vet. He's not going to put up points or anything, but you might get a point here or there, but he's a stud. He's always been a stud. He's been very quietly a stud.
That playoff depth.
So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think Wild could go after one more.
So they are.
But now with these 2 guys, I don't think that's going to be your go-to. But now you got, if you go one more guy, you're gonna have a solid 4 line for sure. So, but yeah, pretty nuts there. Rangers claim Ty Cartney off of Seattle. Then Tyler Sagan's season is over. Jari's not doing good in his 12 appearances with Edmonton.
But as of right now, Edmonton stated that they are not pursuing any goaltenders as of anymore right now. Could all be BS, just to throw a distraction, but they have already put out a statement saying.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, now with JB on the line now,
yeah,
I mean, why not? I mean, saw how McDavid played. McDavid plays fearless with when he's got when he was on Team Canada with Bennington.
yeah.
I mean, why don't you make that move? Want to keep him around.
So pretty crazy there. Right now, Vincent Trocheck, after winning the gold medal, he's been talked a lot. Right now, if he does get traded, it will not be to a West team that just came in. Vincent, I know I saw a tweet from his son. His son's like, "Well, I'm staying with my team because I didn't get traded. My dad got traded."
Yep.
So he's already a hockey pro.
Yep.
But I think that has to do a big thing that if he's going to go away for a few months, that he wants to stay at least somewhat close.
You know what's close?
Those New York Islanders.
Sorry, they're not getting.
So we'll see. But yeah, he's going to stay.
I don't think that's a
there.
pretty big intercity rival. I don't know. Maybe they would.
I think they would.
They got Matthew Schaefer now.
Yeah. So we'll see. So watch Vincent on the move from the Rangers. Flyers are coming out saying they're not going to look for any rentals during trade deadline.
Full rebuild right now.
Yeah,
they stated the full rebuild. I'm amazed of some of those people they named. He is one of them.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. Tippett, I expected. I already seen things going on like last month, but Konechny, I can't remember if he was on there. Was Konechny on there? I don't know if you see.
I think so.
I said Konechny, Tippett, and then Zegras. There was one other too, but like I was blown away by Z and Konechny on there because they're only offensive. They're the only offense they have on the team. Oh, and Mitchkov was on there as well, which I'm not surprised about based on the fact that he came into the season out of shape, was stated out of shape, and if you come in here, he came in out of shape. And so he's been trying to work himself back into shape. Well, you can't do that in the NHL when you already have guys coming in shape and they're already getting in better shape as the season goes on while you're still trying to catch up to their beginning of this. And then you had a 2-week Olympic break.
Yeah.
And yeah, he could have got better shape, but there was flack because there was a weekend that apparently he was out on vacation for the weekend with his girlfriend, and photos of him. Like, let the guy have a little vacation. But still, like when you're a pro, like you need to take it more serious. And he's had, like majority of NHL players have gone through a pretty big sophomore slump.
Yeah.
Which I mean, majority. That's majority unless you're Brainy.
Yeah.
There's a different, or a Schaefer who last year plays 16 games or 17 games in juniors and then goes on to play 82. All healthy, which is amazing. Awesome. But yeah, Mitchkov, I think I saw a little bit coming, but I'm kind of surprised they're pulling the plug this early and not maybe looking at it next year. But you never know what can happen. It could be skyrocket. But yeah, this hasn't been good for him so far with Torts pocket. But yeah, I just surprised. I mean, the month of December for Zegras and Konechny was amazing. And then they rescinded in January due to a little bit of injuries, having to skip the line some. I just can't believe it. They say this every year, and then they playoffs are fighting for it. They're still, it's not like they're completely out.
So yeah. So I'm going to just go through a bunch of players that we could potentially see move in a couple days. These would be, so there's 5 or 6 right now that are would be shocking, but are possible to be moved. And the first one, which I've heard could be it, where Bobrovsky could be traded because he's on his final year of his deal.
Old though.
And if that happens, if that does happen, you understand, okay, Florida is done. Florida's going to give up. They're not going to do anything. But the thing is what I read was Bob would get traded and Florida would then sign him in the offseason. That was what I've heard that could happen. So goaltending, if there's no better there. Again, yeah, it sucks. You get that one rental, but who's a team that needs a rental right now? That's the biggest one would be Edmonton. Edmonton would be the one where it'd be like, hey, we'll take him, but you're gonna have to keep 70% of his salary. Be like, yeah, whatever, because we'll get him back this off season. So he's one to look out for. Jordan Kyrou from the Blues.
He's been talked about
forever.
Him and Robert Thomas too.
Yep, and I was gonna say Robert Thompson also. I see more Robert Thompson moving because he's a center, and I think a lot of teams want that younger center.
But guy. They want a lot. They're asking a lot.
Yes.
So he has to okay it first too.
Yeah,
because he has a no move clause.
So that'll be one. Elias Pettersson.
Yeah.
He that's talked as well.
I got another stat for him.
Yep. Morgan Riley, D for the Maple Leafs. That would be a shocking one, but could be a possibility.
Shocking. The one you told me was more shocking before the podcast from the Leafs.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that one. That's not even on here. But Alex Tuck from Buffalo, which Buffalo's been hot. And it looks like they're going there. I would say, are going to be more buyers. I think they could buy a little bit.
Yeah.
One that's not.
Maybe they give up Tuck for a Thomas.
Good.
Or yeah. Never, or Kyrou.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one that's not on here, but I've been seeing it on Twitter actually.
I find it so freaking hard.
Is Matthews to the Kings, which is is crazy because I don't think of it.
Yeah, because what happened? Because look at what happened to them after getting rid of Marner. Where are they at right now?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Out of the playoffs. That's all you need to know.
Yeah,
and it's March, so that's something that they did not. If you told them that last year, they would have not traded Marner.
Yeah.
I saw one today too, a shocker one that I saw Carlson could possibly be Caps. They've been in contract extension talks for the last month now,
really?
And apparently, I saw when over to his Friedman's 32 Thoughts. I think it might have been Friedman. Yeah, Elliot Frieds said that John Carlson, it's a potential. Don't be surprised out of left field like last year.
So
and I wasn't. I was like, I mean, it would break up the locker room chemistry. Bad, but Trevor Van Riemsdyk for us is a potential move because for Cole Hudson to move up after the B2 season's over, we'll get to see the Hudson brothers.
Yeah. So and then now elite pending free agent tier list. So these guys are going to be free agents. So these guys would be rentals pretty much.
Like you're talking?
Yeah. So this would be, they have 1 year left, so they'd be free agents this coming year. Jordan Elberle from Seattle, Patrick Lane, Montreal, Vander Kane for Vancouver, Jordan Schwartz or whatever from Seattle as well. So those Schwartz, yeah. So those guys, look for them on the move here in a bit. Two elite forwards with term, which means they have like 2 or 3 years left on their contracts. Would be like Blake Coleman from the Flames, Jake DeBrusk, Connor Garland, Kadri, Jonathan Marchessault, Ryan O'Reilly, Braden Shen, Steven Stamkos, Ryan Strome, Owen Tippett, and Vincent Trocheck. Those guys, honestly, that list right there, a lot more people are interested in that list of forwards.
And you heard a lot of Vancouver Canucks.
Yes,
because I saw a statement earlier before I came over, that DeBrusk said that going through a rebuild. Now this isn't quoted. Going through a rebuild is challenging and hard for some guys, and he said especially him because he is not willing to go through that.
Yeah.
So if Vancouver is definitely going through a full rebuild, we'll be going to be selling assets. Yeah. And so I would definitely be seeing DeBrusk being, and that's a good free agent right there.
Yeah.
On the move.
I think
not free agent, but
yeah. And again, these ones too for elite D man with terms, again 2 or 3. Justin Falk, Dougie Hamilton, Rasmus was Ristolian or whatever.
Oh, Ristolainen, yeah, from the Flyers.
Yep, Mackenzie Weegar.
Yep.
And Tyler Myers. So all those guys are up for grabs, and I think are going to be fun too. There's a 25 and under tier. I think the biggest one out of that is from Minnesota with Jasper Wallstead.
That's who they're going to use to get.
Yeah, so that's someone to look at. Goaltender, you got Jordan Binnington is going to be your top guy right now. There's really no one else. Stuart Skinner's on that list, but that's not a big deal. But there's a lot of up help front too, where if you need your line guys. There's a few on there. One that I really like is Eric Holla from Nashville. He'd be fun to look at. The Kings have one with Warren Fogley, but again, I think Kings are kind of going to be more of buy-in type of mentality. So I don't see that happening. Up on the blue line, again, Kyle Murphy's gone, but John Cleanington, I don't know. We'll see. A lot of these guys are up for grabs, kind of, but I don't see them going really much anywhere. But yeah, we'll see. Does like a Logan Stanley, does he leave Winnipeg and things like that? Ryan Lomberg from Calgary, does he go somewhere? So guys like that. But yeah, that big name guys can be on the move, which is going to be
I for sure see Kadri moving.
Yep.
Kane, Evander Kane moving. Brusk moving. Benetton for sure is moving. Yeah. That relationship, I think it was when he was pulled and you saw him and Montgomery verbally kind of jousting at each other when he was going to the locker room.
Yeah.
I think right then and there was when that relationship soured and it was over for Bennington.
Yeah.
I think that was the, and then him was, they've been playing Hope for more. It seems. I think the transition starting.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to give 3 teams that I think need to look out for the trade deadline on the Western side here. And my 3 teams, honestly, are going to probably make big moves. It's going to be the 2 teams for sure, Colorado and Minnesota. I think you're going to see some big moves from these 2 teams. I think Colorado traded away a defenseman, opened up a lot of cap space, and from there they can go after a big-time player. And I think that's something to look at. They're already killing it, but they want to make sure that they can really secure the Stanley Cup.
Well,
and
it's
same
going
with
to be
Minnesota.
hard if they continue to have the worst power play in the league.
Yeah.
Because that special team, when it comes to playoffs,
it matters. We've shown that it matters.
That literally matters. And right now they have the worst power play in the league. With being the best team in the entire league. Pretty amazing.
Their 5-on-5 is just really good. But yeah, when you have a shutout goalie, you can't win games. So yeah, Colorado, Minnesota again, they're not done. We'll see what they do. Maybe they do another little rental. They picked up 2 guys already, so maybe they just go quietly and get someone that's not too terribly bad, that they don't have to spend a lot. So it'll be interesting on that aspect of it as well. I want to say the Kings, of course, to look out for. I don't think they're done. I think they're going to make a big splash, but I really want to say I think Edmonton's not done. I think they're going to try to do something to figure out to get.
I think because they put Andre Mangiapane on weight.
Yeah, so there's going to be something to happen. I think it's going to get crazy here at least Thursday and maybe the last day Friday. But again, the Wild kind of started off. So Wild and Nashville started that off now, and so we'll see what happens there. My Eastern Conference, I think I would love to see Detroit go after somebody. I'd like to see if the Islanders can stay up top and go after somebody, and then someone below the wild card spot. I wouldn't mind seeing Washington as well.
They're not. But
so we'll see.
They could be surprising, but there has been no talks and haven't really made anything.
That's okay. That's the fun part. There is no talks, but then it just boom, it hits.
I know, but our GM has said since when did I tell you this? December? Yeah, since December, that we are looking to get a top 6 top 6 winger. It's March. So I really don't think that Washington Patrick is sitting in his high chair and not do a single thing.
Well, at least you are so thrilled. I'm thrilled. I'm excited to see what happens. I think. Again, it sucks for the Canes, honestly, because the Canes, they get Panarin. Fiala goes down. Kuznetsov now is out for the season. Looks like with an L tear, so he's pretty much done. We had like 3 guys sick yesterday, and we had 3 guys making their NHL debut. One of the goaltenders moved up. Now he's on his. He'll be up. He's been crazy in the minors league. He comes up too now. So it's just right now everything for the Canes is not going good. Like on paper we have a good team, but everyone's not healthy.
So
Defense I don't care for. Why? Because it needed to be done like last year.
Okay, so here's my question though. Okay, you have a 2-week Olympic break. Okay. After the 2-week Olympic break, you play a couple games and then you fire your head coach.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that before the Olympic break when you have 2 weeks
I'm pretty sure they can
to practice? But
I don't think you could do anything because it was a break. It was an Olympic break.
It was just a player freeze. It was just had to be like a player freeze break, but you can the coaches could. I'm saying before because you know this break's coming. You've known this time frame when the break is coming and everything's going. Why don't you do that? Fire your coach then, and then during that 2-week break, all the guy like you can because like I can see the argument for for 2 things, but like why wouldn't you do like fire the coach and then you have the 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks where you can basically if you bring in a guy from outside, Peter DeBoer, you can have the 2 to 3 weeks to get the guys there to practice. You have time to practice. If you want to bring in a different system and this or that, bring a different system and have them practice, and you have an in-depth training sessions with them. You have the time for it, and then but like I don't know, like the Smith, he's been there. It's like what's going to change by just moving your assistant into the head coach spot? Like not because
bunch.
Do you think? But I mean, yeah, I get it. They had a lot of people out and sick and that, but like it still has. It's like I just don't see why you don't do it before the Olympics when you have the time to.
I think what they told Hiller was, hey, it's these next games are a lot for you. Like you need to prove to us something can happen, and it didn't happen. I understand guys got hurt. Yeah, but either way, it's late for everything. LA Kings fans have saying this to fire him before the season started. They didn't do that because they brought in a new GM. The GM thought, hey, I'm going to bring these guys in for you. This is the system you like. This is how I know how these players work. They bring it in, and it still did not work. So
you don't
fire,
huh? You don't think after the
I do. No, I think I'm telling you. You think that everybody in LA wanted him gone before the season. After the season was done, it's just the bottom line. But when they waited the 2 weeks. They probably gave him, hey, you need to do this and that. They didn't do it. But to bring in a new guy now, that makes no sense. So bring in your assistant that's already been a head coach in the National Hockey League. That's your assistant. Bring him in. He knows the system. He knows the guys already. Have him figure out what he can do differently, which honestly, we lost to Avalanche 4-2. But again, we've had 3 guys that made their rookie debut, and we lost 4-2.
Actually could have won it.
Exactly. So I'm not mad at all.
Mistakes.
And so, guys are hurt, this and that. But Jim was on the chopping block, and it's better him than just starting to get away with everybody. I think Panarin doesn't play in the system that we have. All of LA Kings fans want is a more offensive team. We're more D-oriented, which is fine, but it's not how the game is played anymore. You need offense, and just get him out. Fine. Yeah, now do whatever you have to do to make sure you can get in the playoffs for Kopi. That's all I care about.
It's going to be hard to get in playoffs. But
no, it's not.
Not in the West.
They're gonna get in. They're gonna figure it out. They're gonna
face Edmonton in the first round
and lose, which is fine. But we're making to the playoffs. Kopi's gonna come out as assistant coach after taking 2 years off. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know.
But I truly believe though,
Like it was
that
late
they
to
can't
fire.
do anything. There's nothing you could have done. All your guys, most of your guys are out in the Olympics. Why make a change for coaching if you could at that point? But I truly believe there's a player freeze. I guarantee that has the same effect with coaches where you can't. I guarantee it was just a complete. You have to stop doing what you're doing. Just
I don't think it was.
I bet in the fine print there guarantee there was. Guarantee it. Because if there wasn't, I think we would have saw a lot more trades coming up right now because of people talking, and there hasn't been. I think everyone started to pick up their phones and started talking more after the Olympics. Okay, this is what you really want. This okay. That's why we haven't seen all these trades just happen, because there's complete zero talk, and I think that's what it was as well.
Oh, those guys are
I don't think so, because I think we would see it.
They're talking. Well, that's just how the NHL is, though. They don't do trades like compared to NBA and MLB and NFL. It's always like because remember that was it last off season. It was supposed to be, or no, it was supposed to be this off season. It was supposed to be crazy. You saw the amount of free agents, everybody, and then everybody just stayed at the same team. Quinn Hughes or two, yeah. And it was during the season, but like I don't know, it's always I just feel like over exaggerated when it comes to NHL trade deadline about it's going to be crazy and actually comes basically pretty much nothing. It's the typical stuff you see.
Yeah, it just depends on how much these GMs really want back from these top guys. Like it could be. That's the thing. Like this could be a crazy trade deadline.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's different just based off the fact that compared to last year, how close, especially in the with how close teams are for just wild card spots.
I think with Quinn and Panarin leaving, like those are like
Quinn especially because Quinn's a franchise player.
Quinn's like a top 10. Yeah, Quinn's a top 5 defenseman. Panarin's probably a top 10 forward in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
And to have
he is old, but
he is,
no,
but
yeah,
but like that's still a big trade.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
And I think how the trade happened, like you didn't get a lot. He was only going to LA. He's thinking about retirement. He wants to retire in LA.
Point per game
and
guy.
Yeah, and so like to get that guy, like that's such a big trade. So it was with those two that happened during the season, like way before the deadline. So I truly believe that there's going to be some true like big time trades coming. There has to be. This cannot be quiet. If it's so quiet, then there's no reason why Colorado got rid of their defenseman just to open up cap space. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make sense for the Wild to kind of pick up 2 guys in disguise and all that trade talk of them getting all these people. It's just, I don't know. There's something going to happen. So, but okay, guys, we're going to call that good.
My team is down 2-0 right now.
There you go. Perfect. They're out of the playoffs anyways, just with the Canes. So, anyways, guys, we will be back next week on I believe that's the 10th, I believe. So excited for that. Talk about the girls varsity, boys JV state, and we'll get into the conversation of boys varsity, and we'll go over what happened during the trade deadline as well, and what that looks like for each team. So,
we'll be busy next week.
Exactly. So we'll see you guys next week. Other than that, be safe. Again, follow us here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. We'll see you guys all next week. See ya.